holy shit, I want Green Arrow in Justice League. Cue title scene. Okay, so as many of you probably know, I am an anime reviewer, but there are TV shows I like that aren't from cultures that like short skirts. Sometimes I like shows from cultures that apparently like sticking their main chicks in leather boob outfits. And that is where Arrow comes in, a show that if you're not watching, watch it, goddammit! Because Arrow is awesome. And I talked about Season 1 last year, and yesterday Season 2 wrapped up, so I figured I'd give my thoughts and final review. And allow me to say this show continues to, in my opinion, be one of the best shows on television. And honestly, going into Season 2, I was really worried, because I loved Season 1, and I was afraid, how could they recapture that, find their perfect storm? That's the problem with a lot of shows based on DC Comics, animated and live action. They start off good, because they get that momentum factor going and the novelty of it, but a lot of them, like Young Justice or Smallville, just sort of get lost in what they're trying to do, and just kind of feel like give up after a while. But, thankfully, Arrow continues its trend by getting a bit more comic booky. And I noticed this a lot as we got closer to revealing that Deathstroke was going to be in this season. And the more I heard that there was a Flash series that was going to be a spin-off thing from this, I got really nervous they wouldn't handle it. But they made it work, because every time they introduced a new comic book element, they introduced it in a slow enough way, yet with enough action and adventure, that it made sense. Deathstroke was able to work in this because we premiered Slade last season. And because of this, his change into Deathstroke felt more gradual as we watched him become a good person to a bad person to an evil megalomaniac. And I thought that was done so well. And just a lot of things. The inclusion of Brother Blood, hints of the Hive, the Suicide Squad, Deadshot getting a bigger role. All of these things, every time I heard them, I got real nervous that, you know, these are more crazier comic book conceits and stuff. But to see them be implemented and used so real and so logical in this series, oh my god, this is why I love this show so much. And I think a lot of that has to do with our actors. Stephen Amell once again proves that you can make superheroes work on TV, that you can have these characters on the small screen, because he, as usual, is an amazing Oliver Queen, even if he doesn't have the full crazy Green Arrow goatee. And I loved his performance. The assistants and sidekicks, Diggle got better. Felicity was a bit more annoying at times because they were doing this weird sort of romantic thing. I don't know where that's going, and I don't care for it too much, but it is still done very nice. Roy Harper had a bigger role. I like that. You really got to see everything build, and you can see where this series can go. They introduced Ra's al Ghul. They brought in Black Canary. She was pretty annoying, and in my opinion, easily the thing that could have been cut from this season the most. But again, just everything came together well enough, because this show knows how to do it. It uses the flashbacks to tell the story and show how it affects the present. And I think that is done so amazingly well. And as the series gets bigger and more crazier, it makes it work by always bringing it back to the simple logic. Oliver Queen is trying to save the day. And this season continued that. Now, this Flash series that we got a little sneak peek of on the CW, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I don't like it so far. Again, it was a little teaser. The costume looks to me too ridiculous. Doesn't really fit in the Arrow world. But if it turns out that Arrow is actually set in the same universe as Man of Steel, then yeah, it makes a bit more sense because, well, there's a flying alien. Could that work? Yes. Will it happen? I don't know. But if it did, I'd be really psyched for it because I love Arrow, and I can honestly say beyond a reasonable doubt, Arrow is 9 out of 10 on the action scale. A show that continues to be awesomely epic, if only the mainstream audience would tune into it more. And what do you tune into? In the comments section below, tell me any character who you think deserves his own TV show, whether it's Wonder Woman, finally, or even Marvel characters like Black Panther or Doctor Strange. And as always, click to like and click to subscribe, because I can't wait for Arrow Season 3. And honestly, I hope that tomorrow people get to Season 2 as well.